Are you interested in becoming a traveling poker dealer? Stay tuned as we discuss how I found out about the job, how I trained for it, the pros and cons of being a traveling poker dealer, and of course what everybody wants to know about, the money. I'm Amanda, half of Two Doves Nation and Aces Behind the Camera today. I'm in my late 30s and I've had many different jobs, including all of these. Ace and I love traveling together. We have spent several months in Southeast Asia. We've even bought a travel trailer and lived full time. We were trying to figure out a way that we could work together and earn income as we're traveling. We decided to try several different jobs. We've even thought about work camping. We've done Amazon fulfillment. I even thought about doing travel nursing because I have worked as a nurse. And we've even worked in Yellowstone National Park, which is an absolute great experience, but it just wasn't enough money for us to continue the lifestyle that we wanted. So Ace and I decided to give the casino industry a try. We went to Las Vegas and we became table games dealers, hoping we could work together in the same casino. But that didn't work out as planned either. The pandemic hit, and when we got our jobs back, we were completely separated in different buildings and weren't able to work together. And it was kind of crazy the way our shifts were working. So that's when I started researching, and Ace started researching, ways for us to be traveling dealers in the casino industry or gaming industry, and we stumbled upon travel poker dealing. I am a little casual right now. Let me change into my dealer uniform. That's better. Our dealer uniforms are pretty simple. It's a long sleeve black button-up shirt, black pants, and all black shoes. I like to wear my hair up because I get a little hot whenever I'm dealing, and I don't like my hair falling into my face because I don't want to be touching my face after touching those dirty chips. No, no, no. How did Ace and I become poker dealers? We actually went the traditional route and decided to go to school for poker dealing. There's several different ways that you can become a poker dealer, such as having a mentor teach you. If you have a home casino, or if you're in the gaming industry and you know a poker room, you can go, and a lot of times they will teach you how to deal poker in their poker rooms. You can even take online classes for poker dealing. Ace and I decided to go to West Coast Dealing School. It's owned by Chris Titmarsh and his assistant is G. They're both very accommodating for other people's schedule. The school was open from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.-ish in the evening. They are both very competent and have lots of experience dealing poker and running poker rooms. And they really helped us understand all of the ins and outs of all of the poker games and how to deal it. What was our first dealing job, you ask? Our first gig was the WSOP. If you're not familiar with WSOP, the acronym, it's World Series of Poker. And they have a huge 2-month event every year in Las Vegas. In 2020, they didn't have an event because of COVID, but in September of 2021, they had a huge event, and Ace and I, through West Coast Dealing School, were able to get auditions, and we passed our auditions and dealt for the whole 2 months in Las Vegas. WSOP is one of the best ways to start your career for travel poker dealing. It will get your foot in the door and your name out there, because many of the people who run different series throughout the year will actually work at the WSOP event or work in Vegas during the WSOP event. And it has opened many opportunities for Ace and I. For example, we have dealt with MSPT in Minnesota. We have also done several WSOP circuit events in Tunica and Cherokee. Later this year, we will be in Durant with WPT, the World Poker Tour. And of course, for the summer, Ace and I will be back in Vegas for the WSOP World Series. I want to go over some of the pros and cons of travel poker dealing with you. We're going to do 3 cons first, because I like to get the bad stuff out of the way, and 3 pros. The first con we're going to discuss is logistics. Contrary to what a lot of people believe, poker dealers come out of pocket for just about everything that we have to do. For instance, every state that we visit, we have to get a gaming license and make sure that it's updated and stays updated. We also have to cover our own traveling expenses, whether it's flights, renting a car, or driving your own vehicles to the events. We also have to cover our own housing, whether you're using Airbnb or hotels or staying with friends during these events. Only one event has actually paid for our hotel stay out of the 7 gigs Ace and I have had, and that was in Minnesota. There have been 2 stays that have given us a discount, but for the most part, we've had to completely cover our housing or hotel stays. The second con would be the long hours. Poker dealing is not your average 8-hour shift. When you are dealing for an event in a tournament, you're going to be dealing 10+ hours. You're going to get breaks, but because of the poker dealers' shortages, you will not be getting as many breaks as they used to. So be prepared to work long hours, but you will be well compensated. And the third con would be hotel hopping and not having the creature comforts of home. Creature comforts such as sleeping in your own bed, having a full kitchen so you can cook some meals at home, or even having your own coffee maker. It can be a little difficult hotel hopping and you start missing home, but for the most part, Ace and I are kind of used to this. And now it's time for the 3 pros. The first pro for me and Ace would be we get to travel together. We love traveling together, and Ace is my best friend, and I get to work and travel with my best friends. It's just a win-win for us, and we really enjoy it. The second pro would be we're not stuck in one place. As I said, Ace and I love traveling and experiencing different places. And when we were table games dealers, we felt that it was getting kind of monotonous working in the same casino day in, day out, and even seeing a lot of the same players. But being a traveling poker dealer, we're able to go to different states and different cities and experience those places, and even explore in our downtime. So we've been to Minnesota, California, Mississippi, North Carolina, New York. Even later this year, we're going to be going back to Vegas and Durant, Oklahoma. We really enjoy visiting the different areas and being in different casinos and seeing different players. And it is now time for the third pro. The biggest and bestest pro, I would think, would be freedom of choice. We can pick and choose which events we would like to go to. We have the freedom of choice to work for 2.5 weeks and be off for almost as long as we want to. For now, Ace and I have been traveling on the East Coast and doing the East Coast events. So we've been working 2.5 weeks, just working our behinds off, and then we get to rest for 2.5 weeks until the next event. And as we're traveling to the next event, we get to explore the different places we're driving through. and that is a big pro for us. Discussing money with traveling poker dealers is usually a pretty touchy subject because there are so many moving parts in calculating their pay, and nothing is guaranteed. I'm going to discuss a little bit of how it's calculated and give you a range of what a poker dealer can be paid. Whenever you're dealing poker, you do have your base rate pay or your hourly pay, which is going to be minimum wage for that state. You're also going to have what is called a down rate. A down rate is what you're paid for every 30 minutes of active dealing in the box. What's the box? The box is the little space that the dealer is sitting in. So anytime you're actively dealing or sitting at the table in the box, you're going to be getting a down rate, and they break it down every 30 minutes. The down rate is made up of how many dealers were in that event, how long it took to complete the event, how many entrants or players there were in the event, and it includes what players tipped for the event. All of that goes into a pool, and it is divided by the amount of time and dealers that it took to complete the event, and that is the down rate. Traveling poker dealers are usually looking for a $20, around a $20 down rate, which enables them to cover the costs of traveling and give them a little bit extra. So for instance, if you have a $10 minimum wage and you have a $20 down rate or a $40 an hour rate, 10 plus 40 equals 50. Now, nothing is guaranteed, and sometimes you will go an hour without dealing and you'll just be getting a minimum wage rate. So for a poker dealer, depending upon the tournaments and where you're at, your income is going to range between minimum wage to $50 an hour. That is a big difference, or that is a big spread of what you can get paid, but that gives you an idea. And generally, for traveling poker dealers, it's somewhere on the upward side of $25 to $30 an hour combined. Ace and I will be working the WSOP in Las Vegas this summer, and they've released the pay scale. I'm going to discuss it a little bit with you. So for this year, the WSOP is changing it up a little bit. They have actually upped the base pay rate to $12.95 an hour, and they are guaranteeing down rates. At the WSOP, they are guaranteeing $15 an hour for dealing just Texas Hold'em. And they are guaranteeing a $20 an hour down rate for any bracelet event that is not Texas Hold'em. So mixed games and like Omaha and those sorts of things will be a guaranteed down rate of $20 an hour. Right now is a very good time to consider becoming a poker dealer, a temporary poker dealer, or even a traveling poker dealer. There is a poker dealer shortage, and it's something that you could do on the side or just to give it a try and see if you like it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was very informative to you. If you have any questions, please send an email, which is in the description. Contact us through our website, which is twodovesnation.com, or you can leave a comment in this video and we will try to answer any questions you have. I'm Amanda with Two Doves Nation, reminding you to keep soaring to the end.